Hey, it's Tammy again from the great state of Wisconsin on a beautiful sunny day in Wisconsin. Anyways, uh, Leon's been made a couple of videos this week about what to do and not to do on a coaching call. So I thought I'd talk about the value of a quality coach. Now here in Wisconsin, we're kind of spoiled by a quality coach by the name of Vince Lombardi. You know, he only coached for 10 years, yet he has his name on the Super Bowl trophy. So he must have been a heck of a coach, huh? So this last weekend, we were watching the NFL channel. Of course, I'd watch that 24/7 if I could. But anyway, we were watching the NFL channel, and we had actually recorded a special they had about Vince Lombardi. And they had Jerry Kraemer on there as a special guest, and he was telling his story. They had Chris Berman asked him about a story, what was his favorite moment, most memorable moment with Vince Lombardi as coach. And he said, well, you remember the first year that Vince was coaching, and he was a tough coach. So we were working our butts off, and he said, one practice, I just couldn't do anything right. So I couldn't make my blocks. I was having problems with a specific play. I just couldn't get that play right, and then I ended up going off sides. And he said, then Vince Lombardi came up to him, and he said he was within 6 inches of his nose. Imagine that. And said to him, I'm going to quote him exactly. He said, the concentration period of a college student is 5 minutes. In high school, it's 3 minutes. In kindergarten, it's 30 seconds. And you don't even have that, mister. So where does that put you? And I couldn't imagine having Vince Lombardi stand in front of me like that. And he said, and he was just totally humiliated. So, and then after practice, he was in the locker room, and he said he stayed later than everybody else, and he said he's just going to move he was on a bench and way back in the locker room, and he said he had his head in his hands, and he was feeling like crap. And he said he literally was thinking that maybe it was time to give up football. Oh, hang on a second. We don't need a phone ringing while we're doing a video. So anywho, sorry about that. Where was I? Oh, he was sitting on the bench, and he had his head in his hands, and he was literally thinking about maybe it's time to quit football. He was that bad. And he said, and there comes Vince. He walked way back to where he was in the locker room. He said he roughed up his hair, and he looked at him and he said, you're going to be one of the best players the Packers have ever had. And he walked away. And Jerry said, from his heart just swelled up inside of him. And he said, and from that moment on, I knew I could do it. And he said, I knew I'd be successful. And that, to me, is the value of a quality coach. The value of a quality coach like that can inspire you. They can motivate you. They can keep you focused. Psychologically, a coach can keep you in the game. And that's what we try to do for our team. Give them the value of our quality coach. The second value of a quality coach is teaching. And that's what Leon did this week on his blogs. The value of him teaching you what not to do and what to do on a coaching call, priceless. But I remember back when Leon used to coach 5th grade football. And he always chose the 5th grade. And that was the first year the kids in Brookfield can actually play in the leagues. Not a lot of the coaches wanted the 5th graders because they didn't know the plays. They were just starting out, and you really had to focus on basics. And Leon loved it because that's what he felt. He was going to the best any player on any team in any business is when you get solid basics. So that's what he taught his kids. In fact, he told them, we're going to learn one play at a time. And once you get that one play down, then we'll learn another play. And not until that point. And pretty much by the end of the year, they only had a handful of plays. But they had them down, and he worked on all the basics that they needed with blocking and everything else that goes with football. And you know what? At the beginning of the year, they would choose who they would have on their teams. They always had enough kids to have pretty much 2 teams on every grade level. So all the other coaches would get together and they'd say, well, okay, I want Johnny, and this gave us, well, then I get Mike, and whatever. They would split the teams up that way, trying to get the most valuable players. Leon would tell the other football coach in 5th grade, hey, take any kid you want. I don't care which kids I get. I'll coach those kids. Every kid has value. And he didn't believe there was anything such as a superstar as a 5th grader. They were all good kids, and he could teach any one of them. So that's what he did. He got whatever was left over. And you know what? His team always won. And the reason why they won is because they knew how to block and they knew how to tackle. And they had their plays down. Basic things. And us as coaches, that's the value we try to give you also. As we'll start you on day 1, teach you the basics. And if you need more than that, we'll go step by step with you. If you're already internet savvy or whatever, we'll go from there. We're here to coach you and give you quality coaching. Plus, being part of team, take massive action. You get the quality coaches, have the best in the business. You have Chris Record, who teaches on blogging, and you have Layla Black and Toby Black with their videos. We have a great team to be a part of. A lot of value in their quality coaching. So, at the end of the day, what you need to do is click the link below, and you can get more info and join the team with that we believe in the value of quality coach. Have a great night there.